students, I welcome you all for the online class of business studies. After the pre-midterm exam, today we will be going to continue with the second chapter, the last topic, that is joint stock company form of organization. Okay. As the name is company, student, it is not so small, it is very big organization of doing business. That's why it is named as company. The company form of organization is considered to be the most suitable for organizing business activities on a large scale. It has advantage of attracting huge capital from the public. With adequate capital, it can employ trained and experienced managers to run the business activities efficiently. That is a joint stock company. Definition by different authors, if you will be saying about the company, that is a very good definition is by the Professor Hannay. According to him, joint stock company is a voluntary association, means free association of individuals for profit, having a capital divided into transferable shares, the ownership of which is a condition of membership. So that is the company where all the individuals who want to invest their capital in the company, they will be investing and then they will be enjoying the part of the profit among themselves, having a capital divided into transferable shares form, the ownership of which is a condition of membership. The person who will be purchasing the share will become the member of that much part of the company in the company form of organization. That is the term of company, condition of company. So that is a joint stock company today. It is a voluntary association of individuals for profit, having a capital divided into transferable shares, the ownership of which is a condition of membership, according to Professor Hannay. Features of joint stock company student, when we talk, there are the various features of joint stock company are very first, separate legal existence. A company has its different identity as compared to its member. It is having its own name, that is known as separate legal entity. A company can carry on business in its own name, it can buy and sell shares, assets in its own name, it can enter into contract with outsiders in its own name. The company and its members are separate individuals. Artificial person, definitely student, a company is an artificial person which is not having a physical body, but it is a body which is created by the law. Its appearance is before the law. That's why it is considered as artificial person. It can behave like a human being, it can sign into contract like human being, it can make a contract, it can go, it can sue a person, it can be sued by any person. That's why it is known as artificial person, which enjoys the same benefit which a human being enjoys. So its operation are performed by the elected representative or members known as directors, although the business is run by the name of the company. Registration, when we say student, it is very important for the company form of organization to get registered under the Companies Act 1956, which has been modified now according to Companies Act 2013. Without registration, no company can come into existence. Perpetual succession. People may come, people may go. The death, insolvency, dissolvement of any person will not affect the company's continuation. The new people will come in place of the old. It will continue. So a company has continuous existence independent of its members. A company is created by law and only law can bring an end to its existence. The death, insolvency or incapacity of any member does not affect the existence of the company. Members may come, members may go, but the company goes on forever. The life of the company can come to an end only through legal procedure of winding up. Common seal. It enjoys all the things. It can make a contract, and for making a contract signature is needed. As company cannot do the signature as other human being, because of that a seal is made of the company. Whenever a company will be making authorization, the seal will be engraved on the particular paper. Being an artificial person, the company cannot sign, therefore there is need for common seal with its name engraved on it. The activities of the companies are carried through a group of people. Anyone acting on behalf of the company can use common seal in place of signature of the company to bind the company. Any document which does not bear the common seal of the company is not binding on the company. Transferability of shares. As I already said, the total capital of the company is divided into small parts, which is known as shares. This share the person can purchase and become the part of the share, share of the company, owner of the company. The capital of the company is divided into shares. The shares of the company are freely transferable by its members. A shareholder is free to withdraw his membership from the company by selling his shares to the new members. The shares of private limited company cannot be easily transferable because there are some rules and regulation are there regarding to transferability. But public sector company, it is having freedom to the members to any time to sell off the shares and to get free from the company burden. Separation of ownership and control. The company form of business is owned by the shareholders. These shareholders elect their representative who are called the directors of the company. Among the shareholders, only the representatives are elected who are known as the director. The director manage and control the activities of the company by appointing professional expert. Actually, the person will become the director only when there are experts and they can manage the business. They become the directors. Limited liability. The liability of members of the company is limited up to the share which there are extent of the share capital contribution in the company. For example, if a person has purchased 1,000 shares of rupees 10, then his liability is up to rupees 10,000. That is a good point about the company form of organization. And this is because there are so many members of the company form of organization. Now come merits, advantages of joint stock company. When we talk about merits and the good points about joint stock company student, there is a very first joint stock company advantage is that large amount of capital student. When we talk about joint stock company student, the biggest advantage of company form of business is that it can collect a large amount of capital by issuing shares to general public. The people having small saving can also buy the shares of the company. That is a good point because it is even sold for 10, 500 rupees. Apart from share capital, the company can collect funds by raising the loan from financial institutions and by issue of debentures and other securities. So that is a good point about joint stock company capital formation. And that's why they are also having large amount of capital. Limited liability student. The liability of all the members of the company is limited to the extent of the share contribution in the company. That is a good point about the people to invest more in the company business. The limited liability attract more people to invest their money in company form of business. Continuity, stability. The company form of organization enjoys perpetual succession, that people may come or people may go, that not affect the existence of the company. So that is a merit of joint stock company that makes the people to invest in the company form of business. It is formed by the law and by the legal procedure of winding up only. The death, insolvency, incapacity of any member does not affect the business. So it can have long survival. That makes the people to invest in company form of business. Efficient management. The company form of organization is managed by experts. The company appoint expert for running the business. So that forms a business. Company form business has huge funds at its disposal. It can afford to hire professional expert to perform managerial and other activities of the organization. The expert and specialized people improve the efficiency of working of the company. Growth and expansion student. When we talk about company form of business, it is having easy growth and expansion because here investment is good and easily there is a scope for growth and expansion. The company has large financial resources. That is a base point which can make the company to think and for growth and expansion. Their profit is also double. They can easily use large amount of acquired or retained profit for expansion and growth. Even they can issue more shares to make expansion of the business. Easy transferability of shares. That is another merit. Except the private sector company, public sector companies are having given freedom to its members to any time to sell off their shares and get their shares to be transferred to other members. The shares of the company can be easily bought and sold in the market. If the owner of the share is of need of cash, he can easily sum up the shares or the full shares and get the cash back. The easy transferability of shares bring liquidity of investment. At any time the share investment can be converted into cash and the same amount can be used to buy the shares of other company. Public confidence. As there is a continuity of company form of business, the limited liability is there. That increases the public confidence. And one more point is there, the company publishes its general account, yearly account. That makes the public confidence over the company and makes more shareholders for the company. Generally, public has more trust and confidence in company as compared to partnership. The reason for that, companies publish their annual account, annual report, future plans, etc. That helps the people know more about the company. Basis on the financial soundness and profit earning rate, public can plan to invest in the securities of different companies. Democratic management, student. Company form of business is managed by the directors who are elected by the shareholders. All the decisions are taken by the board of directors, and in this way company can run in the best interest of majority of shareholders. Democratic management has the director will listen to the shareholder and they will finally take the decision for the welfare of all, one and all. That makes the sense democratic management. All are having the voting rights. Dispersal of ownership, that is another merit of company form of business. There are a large number of people who buy the shares of the company, thus the benefit of the company operations are distributed among the large number of people and is not restricted in a few hands. So that is the ownership reside with many people. When many owners are there, liability will be equally distributed. Many people can, and it can help us to bear any type of risk coming in the way of business. So that dispersal of ownership makes a advantage for a company form of business. Social responsibility, student. When we talk, this is another good thing about public form of business, companies. Large companies generally perform social responsibility by contributing a large fund for social welfare activities like hospitals, schools, training centers, which is opened by this institution and help many people to get advantage of that. So these were the advantages of company form of business. Now demerits, disadvantages of a company form of business. The following are the main limitations of a company organization, students. Very first, lengthy and expensive legal procedure. Each and every step of company formation needs legal and paperwork, which is a demerit some of the time. The formation of company involves a lengthy and complicated procedure. Many legal formalities have to be completed, many documents have to be prepared and submitted. Various permissions have to be obtained. To perform these activities, experts are hired who charge high fees. Even registration fees have to be paid to the registrar. Lack of motivation, student. When we say this is another disadvantage of company form of business, people just interested in the profit earning. It is not managed by owner, but it is managed by the professional managers, the board of directors, who are getting a salary for their services. So there is no direct relation between the effort and the reward. The increase in company profit will not increase the income of managers. Hence there is lack of motivation and incentive to perform efficiently. So because of that, management is having inefficiency in many of the ways, many of the forms. If these efforts will be, if equal to the efforts, reward will be given. Definitely the efficiency, like private companies, it happens whenever the profit of the company increases, it is again makes the people, it gives more reward to the people who are at the back of this particular higher profit, surplus profit. So it gives them a chance and opportunity to increase the profit of the company same way as they were doing. So there we can have the motivation, but in public company, most of the public company, it is lacking. Delay in decisions. In company organization, all the important decisions are taken in the board meetings, and board meetings are held once and twice in a year. It is very difficult to make the director to be to be joined at one place. And once decisions are taken, these have to be communicated to everyone, which is again a lengthy process as a large number of people are working in company at different levels. So taking and implementing decision is a lengthy process in a company form of business. Excessive government control. In company form of business has to comply with various legal formalities at different stages, and there is penalty if the company fails to meet any of the formalities. A company has to file written and annual reports with the registrar. This legal interference in day-to-day operation results in lack of secrecy and lot of time and money is spent. So that makes the sense. This government control, excessive control, government control over the company form of organization, some of the time makes become demerit for the company running. Conflicts in interest, students. As there are so many owners, there every time their point of view will not be similar. In company, various group of people are involved, such as shareholder, debenture holders, employees, director, etc. Group of people are there. Each group has different interests. For example, debenture holder want their rate of interest to increase, whereas shareholder want to reduce it, so that leftover income is distributed among as the dividend. If more they will be paying as interest, less the part of the profit will remain to be distributed as the dividend. So their interests are different. That makes different times conflicts among these peoples who are the main parts of the business. There is possibility of conflicts between various groups. Oligarchic management. Although we say that there is a democratic setup in the company form of business, but this democratic setup exists only on paperwork. In real way, the directors and the shareholders, they want their benefit. The directors have complete control over the company. These people take all the decision keeping in mind their personal interest and benefit. So that you can understand this democratic setup is only on the paperwork. Really, it is not practiced in the company form of business. Unhealthy speculation, student. Unhealthy speculation states that here gambling is there. Wherever their profit is there, they will be investing in that. Speculation means unhealthy increase or decrease in the prices of shares. In company organization, the director make profit by manipulating the price of the shares. The director know all the information about the functioning of the company. They make use of this information to know when prices of security will rise and fall. Accordingly, they buy and sell securities and make the profit. Social evils. A company has large financial resources at its disposal. So there are chances of concentration of wealth in the hands of few or monopolistic activities. Okay. So as you learned in the directors, they just do whatever thing is best for them. This show that there is a moral value is very less. Social evils are more. Everyone want to get their own profit, and they don't see other people's profit. So there are chances of concentration of wealth in the hands of few or monopolistic activities. You can say directors' hand. The concentration of economic power will result in exploitation of the consumer and employees of the company. That makes social evils. Interference and influence in government decisions. The big business houses and industrialists are in a position to influence the government decisions. They make the government decision to be easily manipulated, because government also are in the support of these big business houses. They make the profit more and government get more income from these peoples. Because of that, some of the time they can influence the government decision. They often bribe the officials to take decision in company's favor, ignoring the interests of general public. They influence the decision of the government by offering huge amount of donation during election time. So these are the malpractices which are done by the big business houses and can manipulate the decision of the government for the welfare of the society. So these were the drawbacks and merits of company form of organization. Now may I think after learning the meaning of company form of organization, features of company form of organization, merits and demerits of company form of organization, you come to know more about company. What is a company? Now in the next class we will be going to learn the types of company, but a basic introduction related to types of company today I will be going to give you. On the basis of ownership, student, the company can be classified into following categories. The very first is private company. The second is public company. When we talk about private company, student, this is that company ownership of which reside with the private individuals. No role of the government. This company also run according to the Companies Amendment Act 2008. Private company is one which has a minimum of 2 and maximum of 50 members. Now it has been changed, excluding the employees. Restrict the right of members to transfer their shares, does not offer its share to general public, does not invite general public to invite deposit in the company, has minimum paid up share capital of 1 lakh. It is an ideal form of organization for the people who wish to run a large-scale business without involving large shareholding groups. Now comes the public company, student. When we talk about public company, it is that company which is having maximum control of the government. Government interfere in each and every matter of the business. It has a maximum of 7 members and minimum of 7 members and maximum no limit. Permit cash transfer, easy transfer of its shares to the members. Invite general public to subscribe to its public deposits. Invite general public to subscribe to its shares and debentures. Has minimum paid up capital of rupees 5 lakh, and any private company which is subsidiary of a public company can be considered as public company. Means holding company is who? The public company, and subsidiary company is private company. That company is also considered as public company. So that are the distinguish between private and public company, students. I understand. Next class, the benefits of private company over the public company, the public company formation, all those points will be discussed. Thank you for today's class. Have a nice day.